The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayor's and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, welcome everyone to this week's edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update, where each week we bring you the goings-on in the towns and villages around the areas that we at the Sentinel cover. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and we're going to start out this week with John Moffett, supervisor of the town of Mendon. John, get comfortable and tell us all about Mendon.
Hi, Chris. Happy summer to you. We're the town of Mendon Highway Department's working on some road work that'll be starting soon. So when you see them out in the town of Mendon, generally they're either working on our county roads or our town roads. They do not do work on the state roads. Sometimes you may see the town of Mendon working in a different town. And what happens there is that it's usually a county road that we're working on, and the town is compensated by the county for that work, even if it's in a different town. Also wanted to mention that RG&E is going to be starting something called smart meters, that they will there'll be a rollout of those in the not too distant future by fall, where they'll be going around to the RG&E customers and putting in something called the smart meter. I was on a call the other day with RG&E, and this is to eliminate estimated billing and for them to be able to keep track of usage and report that usage back to the homeowner in various situations. The summer rec program is getting underway shortly, and I know the staff will be taking the equipment over to the school. I'm not absolutely sure which building it's going to be in this year, but they'll be taking it over to the school, getting it set up. We store the equipment in the basement of the former library that we used as the youth center in recent years. Speaking of the youth center, we're getting geared up for our reopening in September. As most of you know, we opened that just prior to COVID and closed it almost as fast as we opened it. So we're looking forward to getting that reopened in September after school starts. We have a citizens advisory committee that we're forming regarding fire protection. So our residents who live in fire protection district number 1, which is basically north of the village of Honeoye Falls and west of West Bloomfield Road, give or take. Those folks are serviced by a contract between the town of Mendon and the village of Honeoye Falls. And it's been almost 30 years since fire protection's been reviewed within the town. So we're putting together a citizens advisory committee to take a look at that. The first meeting is going to be July 13th. All the meetings are going to be open to the public. They will be advertised. They will be at the Mendon Community Center, which is located on North Main Street in Honeoye Falls. And the meetings will be available via Zoom for anybody who wants to watch. Mendon Green, that's a subdivision on the north side of the road on Route 64, and Mendon Green, that is before the planning board. It's been about a 15 or 20 year process. So there'll be 30 homes going in, pending final approval by the planning board, which will probably take place in the next couple of weeks. And lastly, the actual construction phase of the spray park and the military memorial will begin shortly after July 4th. We have 2 different contractors that we're working with there in conjunction. We're also working with our engineer on a location for the septic system because we want to keep as much property available at that location for future activities. So it's been a busy month and we'll continue to be busy, and look forward to seeing everybody at many of the summertime events happening around the town this year. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, John. All right. We have Rick Milne sent this in, which I'll read. Rick Milne, Mayor of Honeoye Falls. First, he wishes everyone a happy Father's Day, to all the fathers out there and to those that facilitate that role. Serving as that role model and that guiding light is one of the most important jobs there can be. The Good Vibes Flowing concert series starts this coming week, Tuesday, June 21st, with Chris and Corey taking the gazebo stage at Harry Allen Park. The concert begins at 6:30 p.m. We also thank Desianto's Sub Sandwich Shop and their owners, a lifetime Honeoye Falls residents, Megan Riley and her father, Kevin Riley, for providing the food for sales for our first couple concerts. Food payment will be cash, check, Venmo, if you're interested. We look forward to many great Tuesday evening shows and fantastic music. Watch the Village Facebook page, website for any concert changes due to weather. For rainy days, we will plan to move all shows to Monroe Street, Firemen's Training Grounds, under the pavilion. A reminder about the Hfl Seniors Parade coming up on Saturday, June 25th, beginning at West Main Street at 1 p.m. and ending at the Hfl Manor School. Roads will be closed to through traffic, so please consider this for your day's planning and activities. This past Wednesday evening, June 15th, I was pleased to attend the 2022 Monroe County Legislative Youth Awards at the Roger Robach Community Center near the Port of Rochester, Charlotte area. Approximately 44 young adults were honored for their community activities, activism, and charitable effort. Our community was well represented, and I was very happy to be able to present the following students with their certificates: Leela Kotlik, Alexander Smith, Ava Youngblood, Ivy Yates, Kaylee Anisi, and Leah Torrigiano. Our future is in good hands with young adults like those who will work hard to make positive impacts within their community. I will hope to provide the Sentinel with information on all these great youth leaders for next week's Sentinel edition. And that's it from Rick. Thanks, Rick, for giving me all those hard names to pronounce. And I apologize for mispronouncing them to people out there. Mike, Town of Lima, how are we doing there?
Well, things are bright and well painted here in the town of Lima. The mural artist has started work. Abigail is painting on the south side of the Ellis Block, which is the building that Johnny B's Custom Barbecue is in. You can stop by, talk with her, watch her work, etc., to see the mural sort of take shape. Going to take about a month, the unveiling being July 9th. You can also see the details on that mural and the other 8 murals being installed across Livingston County by going to www.livcowalls.com. We did have a small amount of storm damage here this past Thursday night. Not much, a few branches, washed out gravel, 42 people without power, but that's all. South of us, Livonia, Geneseo took the brunt of it. No real horrible things to do with it here. Do not miss out on the Civil War reenactment at Mark Tubbs Park, which is coming up June 24th, 25th, and 26th. It is your chance to see living history, demonstrations of cooking, camping, and living, etc., along with some Civil War skirmishes that are going to be taking place in the park that weekend. Got a note from Spectrum. So the town hall uses Spectrum for internet, and they did send out a note that there is a federal mandate that is going to force 10-digit dialing into the area. Now, while our zip code is not listed, or not zip code, our area code is not listed on the list of area codes that are being forced in, It will affect anybody who is traveling to inside of New York, area codes 516, 607, 716, 845, or 914, where you will have to be using all 10 digits to dial a telephone number. Why are we doing this? It is to support a federal mandate that goes into effect on July 16th about 988. 988 is going to be a nationwide 3-digit dial that routes you directly to the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. And so in order for us to be able to do that, the 10-digit dialing has to come in. Do not know if they're going to be requiring that for all of the area codes, but just the ones I listed for now. And that's all I've got, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Mike. John, anything else on your end?
I'm currently out of town, but the deputy supervisor is been available through the storm on Thursday, as Mike mentioned earlier, and damage seemed to be fairly minimal within the town of Mendon, with some power outages. As far as I know, everything's been restored, and like Mike said, we're, compared to other parts of the state, we're very lucky.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us that update, those updates, both of you, and Rick Milne too. And thank you all for watching. Remember, we're here every Sunday at 1 o'clock on our Facebook page. Like the page and you will be notified as soon as the show starts airing. If you're a YouTube fan, subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll also be notified at 1 o'clock when the show starts airing there. Yes, it airs on both of them at the same time. So if you have 2 devices, you can watch them each way and see which one goes faster than the other. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.